It's a kind of a difficult thing to ask anybody to give a list of songs that had an impact. Although with these songs, I guess I can pretty much map out sort of major shifts in my playing or in my experience as a musician. I don't think I picked wisely, but I think I picked certainly songs that meant a lot to me when I heard them first. The first one would be Leonard Cohen's famous Blue Raincoat. Your famous blue raincoat was torn at the shoulder. My mother was an obsessive cleaner when we were kids. She listened to music quite loud. She had one of those little small record players and she would play it above the Hoover. And she had two songs. She had Simon Garfunkel's The Sound of Silence and Bird on a Wire by Leonard Cohen. My brother wanted to learn Sound of Silence and I wanted to learn Bird on a Wire because I always loved the song. And particularly the lyric, like a drunk in the midnight choir. For some reason I remember as a child remembering going to midnight mass and it was always full of people who were a little lost and a lot of drunken men. It was a very beautiful celebratory time but also a very sad moment. That line had always inspired me and so I wanted to learn that song. I remember being washed and learning like a bird on a wire, like a drunk in a midnight choir, I've tried in my way to be free. And so it began a lifelong love of Leonard's music for me as a young boy. And then when I was 15 years old, my cousin got tickets to see Leonard. Leonard was doing a matinee show and an evening show in a boxing arena. We went along to the early show. During famous Blue Raincoat, my cousin, who was an epileptic, he went into a fit during the song and Leonard stopped the song. A man came along to us and said, hey boys, listen, if you get to the hospital and everything goes okay, we're doing a later show. If you want, here's 2 tickets, come back to the later show and we'll get you back in. And of course we were very excited. We went to the hospital, my cousin took a pill, he was fine, and we went straight back and we got on the queue for the second show. And when we got inside, the same man with the badges put us in a box. They took care of us and they were very, are you comfortable, do you need some water, and they gave us some drinks. And we were sitting there so overwhelmed by seeing the show again, or certainly catching the second time, feeling so special. And the man with the badge came in and said, wait here for a second. And we waited. And Leonard, after about 20 minutes, came up the stairs into the box and shook my cousin's hand, shook my hand and said, are you okay? Showed incredible empathy towards us. And I shook his hand and I remember it being a really pivotal moment in my life because not only did I know this man's songs intimately because I had learned them, I remember when I shook his hand really having a kind of a moment, a kind of an epiphany of like music and songs would be something I would really truly love to follow. And it was a kind of a moment. I remember his big soft hand, this writer's just hand. And, when you get a chance to be in the presence of masters, I believe that the air changes. People who are so good at what they do, the air sort of changes around them. And if you're tuned in, you might just catch something. And I feel in a way that moment was really pivotal to me as a person pursuing music.